Hi, thank you for joining me for another coloring session. Today we're going to use the Kappa Adult Coloring book that's titled Winter Season, Designs to Color. We are going to do page 17. Now, with this one, we're going to add a little bit more of the therapeutic expressions to this particular session. That looking at the picture, it is quite busy, which often appears to be our days or our life. But what I'm going to do is redirect your attention, and to show you that by redirecting your attention through meditation, recentering and meditation through doing a coloring sheet, it can be considered the same thing. You meditate, you change your thoughts, you change your focus of your thoughts, the type of thoughts that you're having, as well as the length of the thoughts that you're having, and that's what we're going to do. So in looking at this photo, we see there are some leaves, a tree, holly bush, and a bird. The bird is large and right in the center almost, not quite center, but almost the center, and it appears to be the focal point. I know it says a winter scene, but we're not going to concern ourselves with making this a winter scene. This is an exercise in helping you to understand that you have the power to change your thoughts, change your expressions from the inside outward, and you will change what goes on outside. We are going to color the bird. I'm going to make him a blue bird, some form of blue, using my pencil, laying it down on the side. I'm going to lightly color in my little birdie, and using this side of the lid, I'm able to cover more space or an area, a larger space, quicker than if I was holding the pencil in a writing position. With coloring pencils, you can add, as you see, you can add more color, and that's what you want to do. Add colors in layers. Otherwise, you may add too much color, and it's really hard to erase the coloring pencil. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do right there. I am going to use a bit of green, and I am going to use, autumn colors, should I say. Let's see, for your leaves. See that? Those are the autumn colors for the leaves. So let's go in here. And we'll paint lightly. Paint some of these leaves. Autumn colors. Now make sure to understand that I'm picking these colors. You don't necessarily have to use these colors. You can do something else. You can use a different type color than what I'm using here. It is perfectly fine to do that. I'm just demonstrating how you can change some things. And I know I'm simplifying this. Please understand that I am simplifying this. However, it may be just that simple to change your inward thoughts, and you can cause your outward expression as well as your outward environment to change. Sometimes the hardest part is to change the inward expression. Make no mistake about it. I do understand that that sometimes is the most difficult thing to do. But understand that it can be done. Lightly coloring the leaves, autumn colors. And I mean, I am lightly coloring. I'll do a close-up so you can see the lightly colored areas. I am putting a very small amount of color on these because they are not my focal point. And I'm not coloring them all the way in solid because, again, they're not my focal point. Every so often I see a little piece of something that I miss when I'm coloring these. Let's see if you can see that. You see the bird, and there is, see the color on the leaves? And I'm using these autumn leaves as a changing of season. That's what I'm doing with that. So what's coming here? Holding the pencil as if I am writing. All right. There. There's 3 holly bushes in here. Pieces of expression of holly bushes. And I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to address them. It seems like there's another something right there, so that would be a leaf. Color that. Intuitively painting means that you allow the painting to develop. You have maybe a thought as to how you're going to paint or what you're going to do, but as you're painting, if it comes to you to change something slightly or drastically, then you can do that. I found when I do that, my paintings usually turn out gorgeous. All right, so you see, those are the holly bushes. There's 3 of them, and that one is the one I'm going to do a lot of focusing on. You focus your thoughts, your energies on the goals that you have set or the things that you want to take place, the outcome of things that you desire. You set your thoughts on that, keep them positive, and maintain that focus, and cause all of the energies to come together. The energies inside and out will come together for you. I'm going to add a little here. Because I don't want it to be just a super solid color. I'd really like to have a variety. So I'm doing a little pick apart, loosely doing a pick apart of these holly leaves. See that? And I'm going to do both sides. I was just going to do one side, and I decided just now, see, you have to be willing to change, to do a pick apart of both sides of each leaf. And I do not paint these perfectly when I'm doing paintings, because I found that when I have these weird mishaps, it makes the painting more interesting. See See that so far what happened? Zoom in a little bit because this is my focal point here. I'm going to do a little color harmony, which means I'm going to add just slightly these different colors for the leaves in these other leaves, the autumn leaves. I'm just randomly putting them in here. They have no place in there, but I'm putting them anyway. And some blue. And I'm not being particular about where I put them. I'm just placing them. And now, see what that looks like? See, it's really hard to make a mistake when you're doing these. It's just most people think, oh, I made a mistake, and they get flustered and they stop working completely on what they're doing, and then the painting turns downward, like a downward spiral. So what I'm doing now is I'm highlighting each vein in the leaf for the holly bush, and then I go outward. See the main veins? That's what I'm doing, the main veins in the holly. Each leaf, I'm redirecting my attention, your attention, and the attention of the universe, all because of what I'm doing. I'm changing my thoughts though. And when I change the thoughts, continuing, it doesn't happen, the painting didn't happen all at once. So you're building upon something. See that now? Those stood out just a little more. And now I'm going to go inward on this inward vein here. I'm holding my pencil sideways, and I'm going to put a little color here and there coming out from that main vein like that. See? Not the whole thing, just some. I don't want the whole thing one solid color. See that? That's what I'm going to do on every leaf, coming from that main vein right there, going outward. You see these veins are curved, so when I put my marks, I'm putting them curved here, curving them. And then if I need to go back down the middle of that thing and smooth it out, because when I do these little marks off that vein, it's really jagged looking. Let's see, I'm going to do it on one of these so you can see it. Remember I said I don't make solid lines because making these lines different lengths and the weight of the color, whether it's light to dark, creates a lot of interest on your painting. And it's something, it's hard to plan. Let's see now, can you see that? See, it looks a mess, all jagged. But you see those other colors in there. So now I'm going to just take this and smooth, sort of rounding. See that? Sort of a round, circular motion over where those marks are. And what it's going to do is add color in between those lines that I made. Filling in between those lines that I made without coloring everything. We're almost done, down to the home stretch right here. And there's some light spots, and they're not white, but they look white, but they're not. So it's some light spots. Some are white, some are light. But look at how it looks far off. So let's come out. Now, in looking at this painting, I have two other pieces of holly bush here. But that one, that is the focal point, because in all that's going on, your attention keeps coming there because it has more color here. So I've given this more thought, more focus, more everything than I did the rest of the painting. And that's how you redirect your thoughts. Not all at once, but just a little at a time. Sometimes going over the same area, the same thoughts over and over, so that they become ingrained in your mind, so that it's like a habit. and you use productive, positive thoughts to change whatever the situation that you feel you want to change. And in doing so, the person that made this page made this bird a focal point, and I changed it and made that holly bush the focal point. But I've colored everything. Okay? And that's what we want to do. And use these coloring sheets to help you refocus your thoughts. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.